Twogoal Young inspired United against Watford as they moved to within 5 points of leaders Manchester City. It had looked so easy with Anthony Martial also weighing in, but it was no armchair ride as United suffered a late scare after Deeney and Abdoulaye Doucoure struck for Watford. Any chance of grandstand finish soon evaporated moments as Jesse Lingard ran 40 yards as he weaved his way through to kill off the game. But it was Young's first-half contribution which left his old side reeling. First, Young fired home from distance before the 32-year-old planted a fine free kick into the top corner. 6 minutes later, Jose Mourinho is one of the best managers in world football, and his home league record as a manager only serves to prove that. GETTY Porto 23 Beira March 23 February 2002. With Porto reduced to 9 men, Mourinho was dealt his first home league defeat as a manager when Fary Faye scored the winner for Beira Mar with 5 minutes to go. GETTY Anthony Martial scored a clinical goal for Manchester United. Young, recalled by England last month, is set to win a 12-month extension with United ready to activate the clause in his £130,000 a week contract. But he is keen to stay at club for the rest of his career, and United chiefs might now just be reconsider his demands after this super showing. It ensured United, who were beaten by Chelsea and humbled by Huddersfield, would not suffer 3 successive away league defeats for the first time since 1996. That had never looked on the cards here once Young struck as Jose Mourinho's men won for just the 3rd time on the travels this season and at times tore Watford apart. Watford had begun the better of the two sides, but little did they know what was coming once the visitors took a 19th-minute lead. Romelu Lukaku had frustrated up to this point, but his clever turn found Lingard in space. GETTY Watford v Man United Live. Ashley Young netted twice for the Red Devils. Lingard found Young, and the power of his low shot surprised Watford goalkeeper João Gomes at his near post. Young, who made his name during his 4 years with Watford, was applauded by the home fans before the game, but his celebration soon saw him booed by the same supporters. Not that Young, after his first goal in 18 months in the wake of Saturday's strike against Brighton going down as a Lewis Dunk goal, or United would care a jot. And 6 minutes later he would be at it again as he left Gomes clutching thin air. Paul Pogba was hauled down by Abdoulaye Doucoure, and Young stepped up to curl home from 25 yards out. Watford were stunned, and it looked game over when Martial struck again. GETTY Jesse Lingard scored a fine solo effort. Firmino and Christian Cabasely coughed up possession, and in a flash Lukaku had freed Martial, and the Frenchman never looked like missing as he slotted past Gomes with just 32 minutes on the clock. A shell-shocked Watford, who leaked 6 goals in against Manchester City, must have feared the worst again after a 3-goal blitz in just 13 minutes. It could have got worse before the break as Lukaku's shot was palmed out by Gomes, and the Brazilian showed great reflexes to turn Lingard's close-range effort over the crossbar. Richarlison hit the bar from Kiko Firmino's cross moments before the break, which might have altered the complexion of the second half. For Mourinho, it was just what he would have wanted, with successive games looming against Arsenal and Manchester City. He could rest his big hitters with Matic, and Martial soon rested. Watford didn't know whether to stick or twist, and having been crushed by Manchester City already at Vicarage Road, it was little wonder Marco Silva was cautious of another home hammering. Lukaku should have added the gloss, but dallied and was crowded out. He then fired inches wide after a solo run. It would not be his night, but it was Manchester United's, even though Watford would launch a late fight back. The returning Marcos Rojo hauled down Roberto Pereira, and fellow Hornets substitute Deeney sent David De Gea the wrong way from the penalty spot. In the 77th minute, Doucoure then struck in the 84th minute after meeting Andre Carrillo's cross before Lingard calmed any nerves 2 minutes later with a stunning run and finish to wrap up the win. Related articles.